Nigeria's number one law radio station. 103.9.
In Africa, actually, Nigeria.
Power Corridor on LAW FM 103.9.
Today is the 19th day of August 2022. This is LAW FM 103.9. This program, Power Corridor, is a non-partisan platform for the discussion of contemporary political affairs. If you want to join us later in the program, our social media handles are as follow. Instagram is at LAW FM Radio, Twitter at LAW FM_radio, and we are on Facebook at www.facebook.com LAW FM Radio. And should you want to call into the studio, the numbers to call are 070-322-77338. I repeat, 070-322-77338. You can save that because it's the number to call into the studio at all times. The second number, for those of you who listen avidly to this program or LAW FM, the second number to save on your phone is 090-9555-1039. 090-9555-1039. Today's Nigerian proverb: not to know is bad, not to wish to know is worse. Not to know is bad, not to wish to know is worse. LAW 103.9 FM is always here to help you to know, because the main drive of the station is knowledge and entertainment. Power Corridor, the summary analysis of some major headlines today. President Buhari gives the impression that the Oransaye report may still be implemented. President Buhari, whilst addressing a group of people in Abuja yesterday, gave the impression that the Oransaye report may still be implemented. Many listening to us this afternoon may not know what the Oransaye report is about. Oransaye was once the head of service, the federal head of service. After his tenure, the then President Goodluck Jonathan set up a committee to review the enormous bureaucracy of the federal government, and the committee recommended that there are some agencies that should be collapsed into themselves, just like the former National Automotive Council and the National Council for Design and Development were collapsed into each other. That some agencies of the government should be collapsed to reduce the cost of governance, and that some other measures be taken to trim the cost of governance. As we speak, the federal government of Nigeria on a daily basis is spending 18 billion naira to subsidize the fuel PMS that goes into people's vehicles or with which they run power generators. 18 billion naira plus every day. A government that is laden with such an enormous bill needs to do something dramatically in the area of cutting cost. And one of the areas through which cost could be cut would be to prune down the federal bureaucracy. But one wonders why it has taken this president more than 7 years to now be given the impression that the recommendations of the Rosary Committee could still be implemented. The second news headline to be synoptically reviewed is that federal government revokes licenses of AIT, Silver Board, and 50 other media houses. The National Broadcasting Commission revokes the licenses of AIT, Silver Board, and 50 other media houses. Ostensibly, it does smack, the headline, it does smacks of autocracy or vindictiveness. But reading the content, I was at least pacified that the licenses of these media houses have been, quote unquote, technically revoked because they have not paid their dues, the dues with which their licenses are to be renewed. It's a developing story. We are not calling for the government or the stations that may allegedly have shirked in their responsibilities. But you know what? Just a piece of advice. It does seem that the federal government must have a way of handling this better, so that it does not give the impression that the government is mowing down the free press. A so-called ASUU faction seeks liberalization of varsity academic union. A so-called group, and I'm using the phrase so-called because even the chieftains of the group have acknowledged that they are yet to be a bona fide registered entity, corporate entity in Nigeria. However, it does seem, at least the impression one gets, is that some lecturers, some university lecturers may be somewhat disillusioned with the seeming obstinacy of ASUU, or maybe they are just ideologues who believe that there should be other unions within the university academic community. We see how that goes. Fortunately, today we are engaging with an important ASUU chieftain. See you at the other end of the commercial break.
This is LAW FM103.9. Exclusive. Every individual should know about the law and their rights. Because the law affects every aspect of daily living.
Irrespective of age or status.
LAW FM 103.9 ensures you get to hear the law, talk the law, and know your rights like never before. I am Khadija Okunulamidi. Keep listening to Law FM.
How exciting, innovating, and enthralling good knowledge is. Of course, if you have it. Here at Nigeria's premier law radio station, we broadcast social-legal content that affects every aspect of our daily activities in a simple and credible form.
You get it?
Visit our website on www.lawfmng.com and click the Listen Live button to listen to us. Yes, Law FM 103.9 for knowledge and entertainment.
Fact or fiction? This is Law FM 103.9.
Power Corridor on Law FM 103.9.
Welcome back to Power Corridor on Law 103.9 FM. We have our guest on the line, but as it is our tradition, we will do a brief historical backgrounder before introducing and engaging our guest. The troubled history of higher and university education in Nigeria, the endless ASUU strike. Yaba Higher College was the first tertiary education institution in Nigeria, founded in 1932 in Yaba. It was to provide tertiary education to Africans, mostly in vocational subjects, and vocational subjects in those days also entailed medical knowledge, pharmaceutical, and teachers. The college staff were transferred to start the University of Ibadan in 1948, and the college premises later became the Yaba College of Technology. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, grew out of the Nigerian Association of University Teachers, NAUT. The NAUT was formed in 1965, covering academic staff in the universities of Ibadan, Nsukka, Ahmadu Bello, and Lagos. The NAUT's orientation was mainly for improvement in the condition of service, the socio-economic and political well-being of the country. NAUT hardly even took any noteworthy position on national issues. Ideologically, it seemed to be a middle-class fraternity with viewpoints not too divergent from those of post-colonial state. On the few occasions that it issued public statement, they tended to be conservative and sympathetic to the regime. ASUU was formed in 1978, the period of the beginning of the decline in the oil boom, when the country faced the consequences of the failure by its rulers to use the oil wealth to generate production and a social welfare system. Military dictatorship had eroded deeply the basic freedom in society. Academic freedom and university autonomy were casualties of military dictatorship. The funding of education and universities became poorer. These were the backgrounder to how ASUU came into being. We have live online speaking to us virtually through the phone now the ASUU chapter head for Lagos State, Dr. Dele Ashiru. Doctor, good afternoon. Hello, Dr. Ashiru. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, thank you for this invitation. It's my pleasure to be with you.
The pleasure is all ours. Doctor, what is happening as we speak? There is a so-called group claiming to be a splinter movement from the main ASUU. Are you people in any way, shape or form threatened with the fact that this may be the beginning of the end of the vibrancy of ASUU?
Well, there's no splinter group in ASUU. ASUU remains one indivisible, united organization. If there are individuals or groups who are disgruntled or enchanted with the operations of the union and are seeking to form an organization which they have given a tentative name, that can be a splinter group. That's another group of individuals trying to, form another organization. So, to the best of my knowledge, there are no splinter groups in our group. There are, disciplinary issues which we have with some of our members, and the union has its own disciplinary procedures which those members can avail themselves of up till the level of the National Delegates Conference. So, we are not aware of it.
Doctor,
yes, sir.
would you not think that the mere fact that a group of people who are bona fide university lecturers too and are now openly making pronouncements that are inconsistent with the position of ASUU, that may be an indication that some of your members are somewhat disillusioned with maybe the obstinacy of the main group, or they may want a situation where a rival organization could be registered against ASUU. What say ye to that?
Well, I don't think so. As a union of intellectuals, our union thrives on defense. People have a right to think differently as individuals. But once the union takes a position, anybody who says he's a member of that union is bound by the decision of the union. And anybody who is not willing to subject itself to organizational discipline and seeks to form another organization, let them try. After all, ASUU metamorphose, like you rightly said, from the National Union of
National Association of University Teachers,
and then to ASUU. So if there are individuals who feel that the modus operandi in the union is not consistent with the way they are thinking, as a union of intellectuals, they have a right, to air their views and organize them.
Dr. Ashiru, before I start allowing our listeners to call in, this is a very interactive program, and we will keep you on. You will listen to some of the inquiries, questions, and opinions of our listeners. But before I allow them to call in, and the number is 070-322-77338 or 09095551035. Doctor, what is your summation, or what is your understanding of the situation between ASUU and the federal government at this juncture? Because most members of the public, for which I am one, we seem to be lost in the propaganda warfare that is going on. The federal government is saying one thing, ASUU leadership is saying another thing. What synoptically is your is your impression of where you are now in the negotiation, if there is any, with the federal government of Nigeria?
Well, it's not about opinion or about the way I feel. It is about the fact. The fact is that negotiations between our union and government are broken down. They are broken down because government is trying to jettison the principles of collective bargaining, which had always been the basis of our negotiations with government since 1992, and especially in 1981, when our union and government agreed that moving forward, we shall negotiate with government conditions of service of our members in the Nigerian university.
Based on the principle of collective bargaining?
Yes, bear in mind that government itself set up the Wale Babala team, renegotiating team. That committee was unable to negotiate in good faith with our union until Babala.
Hello, Doc. If you listening to this program and you are a student or you are a parent or guardian and you want to express an opinion regarding this lingering imbroglio between the federal government of Nigeria and ASUU, or you have suggestions to give, or you really have a different take from even some of the ideas or questions we have asked the ASUU chieftain, Dr. Ashiru, who is the Lagos State Chapter Head of ASUU, the number to call into is 070-322-77338. 070-322-77338 or 090-9555-1039. We have a caller. Hello? Hello, caller. Hello? Okay, yeah, miss. Keep the call coming. There may be a slight itch, but we'll take your call. Dr. Ashiru, are you back?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. Doctor, it is somewhat it is let me put it this way. Some people out there are somewhat distraught with the disposition of ASUU, that this seeming stubbornness, quote unquote, using the particular word somebody used when that person was intimated with the topic for today, this seeming stubbornness is like making ASUU now to lose the goodwill that it may have out there. How would you respond to that?
Well, ASUU is not stubborn. Like any intellectual, we're only interested in the fact of the matter and teaching. So, yes, it is understandable that society may think that we are stubborn, because as a union of intellectuals, we see what the society may not readily see. And I will give you some examples. Bear in mind, it was our union who alerted that IPTIS as a payment platform for our members is not adequate. We are glad to know that our union, and at that time, a lot of people were of the opinion that an employee cannot dictate to his employer how the employer will pay him. But we are glad today that the chief proponent of IPTIS, the Accountant General of the Federation, is today languishing in Kuje prison, on account of
calls, please. The calls are coming in. We didn't want to pick the calls because our guest was on. But having said that, please keep calling 070-322-77338. 070-322-7738. Good afternoon, caller. Where are you calling from and your name, please? Hello? Hello? I hope we're not having some technical issues with the console. Hello, Dr. Ashiru.
Hello.
Dr. Ashiru, you were talking about the effort of ASUU not only to point to the inadequacies of IPs as a personal payment software.
Hello.
Hello, Doc.
Sorry, the network is fluctuating.
I can understand. I can understand. Thank you.
So we were the ones who told our people that the IPPIS is injurious to Nigeria as a nation. We are glad that today the chief apostle.
Okay. Good afternoon, caller. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Please reduce totally the background, the noise from your radio. Please, totally. Thank you very much. Your name, please, and where you are calling from. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, your name, please, and where you are calling from.
Okay, I'm calling from Ilasamaja.
And your name, sir?
Okay, my name is Bolaji.
Bolaji, you have the floor. What's your take on the ASUU federal government imbroglio? Hello? Hello, Bolaji? That line is called. Good afternoon. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Hello? We're having some few challenges with the telephone lines this afternoon, but we have a show to run and we will run it. Dr. Ashiru, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you for connecting back.
We should be thanking you for the privilege of engaging the public through us.
It's my pleasure.
Okay then. You were making your point that it was your efforts that brought about the public getting to know about the lacunae or the software glitches in LPs and the fact that somebody is in Kuje prison. You want to continue on that?
Yes, it's in Kuje prison for stealing 170 billion. The same person who told Nigerians that government cannot afford to pay 30 billion to university teachers. Not only that, our union had continued to hold this government accountable to its constitutional provision of educating its citizens up to university level. So rather than Nigerians absorbing government of its irresponsibility and blaming ASUU, what is needed is a synergy between our union and workers in Nigeria to continue to hold government accountable and transparent.
Dr. Ashiru, let me take these calls.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah,
your name and where you are calling from, sir.
Yeah, my name is Abby Thomas.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ogun State.
Mr. Abby Thomas, what's your take on the issue at hand here?
Yes, I just want to make a kind of a compassionate appeal to the ASUU.
Go ahead, please.
Let us go back to classrooms and the negotiation continue with the federal government. They have wasted a lot of time for our children playing at home doing nothing. They should remember too that they have students. Some of their children may not be in Nigeria, and it's not everybody that has money that can bring their children at home. They should please resume.
Okay, Abe. Okay, thank you for the contribution. Dr. Ashiru, in conformity with Minister of State Keyamo's that parents should beg you, the last caller just begged ASUU through you that you should go back to school because many parents and many students are somewhat distraught at this juncture. When is this going to come to an end for the sake of the victims of circumstance in this ongoing imbroglio?
Thank you. You say, those who make that argument, this is the point. The greatest victim of government's irresponsibility are the university lecturers. As you may be aware, lecturers in Nigerian public universities have not been paid in the last 6 months. They have families, they have dependents, they have, made a lot of sacrifice of the Nigerian people.
Dr. Ashiru, how would you respond to the dictum, no work, no pay? How could ASUU members expect that when they are literally off their work post, and suddenly because they are in a rapprochement state with the federal government, they should expect to be paid?
You see, this talk about no work, no pay to university teachers, it betrays a shallow understanding of the university system. Now, let me just paint a scenario to you. A student is in 400 level before we started the strike. And then you say no work, no pay. Will that student go back to 300 levels or 200 levels? When we resume the strike, we are going to, at great pains, cover all the grounds that have been lost on account of government's irresponsibility. And the government who forced us to go on strike, they have been getting their allowances, getting their salaries, getting,
hello, Dr. Ashiru. Dr. Ashiru, you seem to be getting emotional about this. Okay,
yes,
I can understand.
Emotional. I need a group of people that have not been paid for 6 months, and an irresponsible government is saying that there's no.
And we have to watch our language too, because the National Broadcasting Commission monitors.
They should help. I should be held responsible for my choice of words. And I can defend it.
Okay. I can understand. I can understand how seemingly emotional one can get when you are fighting on an ideological.
You are saying that no work, no pay. We say no pay, no work. And Nigerians should take notice. What government is trying to do is to discredit public universities so that their private universities can thrive. Go and check the statistics of those who own private universities in Nigeria. When they were to license private universities, we were told that within a twinkle of an eye, people will move away from public universities to private universities. 10 years down the line, only less than 5% of university-going students are in the private universities. Now they must destroy public universities like they have done to public primary school, to public secondary school, so that their business can thrive.
Dr. Ashiru, let's give some chance. Dr. Ashiru, please, let's give some chance. Let's give some chance to some our listeners who are calling in.
Is it questions you want to give or you want answers?
No, once I
need to be clear.
No,
is it questions that you want?
No,
or clear answers to the issues?
Dr. Ashiru, you see, when
I need you to answer that question.
Hello, yes, I want to answer the question. Once you are in the emotional state you are in now, you may not know that you are rehashing. Hello. I really empathize with.
What are the issues?
The issues are that when I ask questions, you give answers, and when you are giving the answer,
you have been interjecting me.
Once you've made a point and you are rehashing the point, we need to move to other lively questions. And there are people listening to us out there who may also. So you've made the point, not that you are quite articulating, you are articulating yourself well enough. So I'm not in any way, shape or form trying to gag you. It's just that when you want to repeat Doctor, what in the innovative world of intellectualism can ASUU draw upon now to find a mechanism to end this? Because the two sides are like digging. Do you understand my point? What?
Yes.
If we have to look in any direction, we have to look in the direction of those of you who have the intellectual wherewithal to be creative. You did it before under Babangida, Abacha. It was your idea that culminated in TETFON. Even under the ongoing imbroglio, you went out there. Your experts coined brought about the UTA software. What again can ASUU do so that parents and students can at least be saved from what this thing is turning into?
Why are parents in Nigeria so selfish? Why? So it doesn't make any sense to parents in Nigeria that the best brains in their country were not paid for 6 months. It doesn't make any sense to them that the best brains taught out TED fund that has sustained public university system till today. It doesn't make any sense to them that those best brains created UTAS for which government is in self-denial. Now you are tasking the same intellectuals to fashion out ways of ending the strike. The ways of ending the strike are simple. Government is in default of an agreement it signed with us more than 13 years ago. And we are insisting that agreement be renegotiated. Government has capacity to renegotiate the agreement and fulfill the terms contained therein. Is it responsible for a government to set up a team? The team will give you a report and you will negate the report. You will refuse to implement. So ending the strike is easy. Government should pick up the McBrief's recommendation, look at it. In areas where they have challenges, they should let us know. Contained in our document are novel ways of funding education.
Okay, let me let you take some calls. That's inquiries from callers. Good afternoon, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Tunde from Akoka.
Tunde
from Akoka.
From Akoka.
Milago, Akoka area.
Never mind. What's your take on this, or do you have any question for?
I just want to appeal to the reasoning of Dr. Ashiru to be very, very patient at this point. You see, you can have a very good position, but when anger is brought into your bosom, you will lose a balance, and I don't want him to do that now. He needs a lot of patience. If there is a cup of water around him, please let him take, because I don't like the way this argument is going. I'm not a member of ASUU, but I just sympathize with them. That at least as an ex-Akokite, I know what I got from that university. And then for these lecturers to be staffed for 6 solid months is quite unfair. And then it shouldn't continue in such a manner. So, Dr. Ashiru, please take a glass of water. God bless you, sir.
Dr. Ashiru, your response to that somewhat positive advice?
I didn't hear him.
Oh, the caller indicated, or the caller stated that he believes that majority of the people are empathizing with ASUU members, and that the government may not have acted in good faith, but that you seem to be angry, and when you want to communicate with anger, you may even lose the people who are predisposed to supporting your position.
That is noted.
Oh, okay. And he recommended that you may just take a sip of water so that you can calm down. And he says he is an alumnus of University of Lagos, and he knew the quality of education he got from people in your class. So he's an appreciative. Dr. Ashiru, I have to put this on the table as another call. Good afternoon, caller. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Dele Ashiru, and I'm calling from Lagos State, Ojo.
Are you a student? You sound like...
Yes, sir, I'm a student. I'm a student of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi.
Bauchi.
Yes, sir.
So what's your take on the ongoing problem between federal government and ASUU?
Okay, my own here is that if there is no resolution between ASUU and federal government, I want to ask, is there no other bodies? I mean,
hello?
To judge the matter. Hello?
We are listening to you.
So what I'm saying is, even if it's not from Africa, I don't know other unions that they can call education unions, people that once federal government tell them this is what they want and ASUU tell them this is what they want, I think those unions can come together.
What's your name again?
My name is Dele Ashiru.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to abuse the pronunciation of your name, but there are alternative mechanisms. It's just that the next alternative mechanism in the state that ASUU and the federal government is now may even take a longer time, because you must remember, what are you studying?
I'm studying petroleum engineering, sir.
Petroleum engineering. Okay, you may not know that there is indeed a specialized court, a court that entertains such a dispute between employers and employees. But the process of going through that court, it will be far more. So it's really better that a serious government, and this is not to support the position of ASUU per se, but a serious government could always find an extrajudicial mechanism to engage ASUU and let this come to an end early enough, if the government wants to do it.
That is it, because these people, it look as if they don't know what they are doing. These people are going the right hand side, and ASUU are going the left hand side. So they need somebody to tell them their position.
Then, thank you. Dr. Ashiru, did you hear that?
No, I did not.
Okay, a young man who is Dr. Ashiru. Okay, if you're listening to us and you have one or two contributions to put on the metaphoric table on this topic, the number to call is 070-322-77338. 070-322-77338 or 090-9555-1039. 090-9555-1039. Dr. Ashiru, are you back?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, a young man who is a student of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, just called in now, and he was wondering aloud if there was anybody, both local and international, that it could even be from the international community, that could come and get involved in this so that this could be resolved early enough. The lines are as they are today. Some days do have them, not some mothers this time around. The numbers to call 070-3. Okay, we have another caller. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
This is Pastor Joseph from Lagos.
Pastor Joseph, what are people like you, our spiritual leaders, in the two major faiths of Nigeria, Christianity and Islam, what are you doing beyond the last meeting that you held between ASUU and the federal government? What else can you do? Because parents and students are very, very distraught at this juncture.
As a pastor, I commend all lecturers, because what the nation is today, it is the lecturer that make it to be. They are the one that taught those government. They are the one that bring up those leaders to be where they are today. But as a pastor, I want to beg the ASUUs that they should please, because of the future generation, they should consider them and resolve issues. That is what I want to plead for, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We have another call. Okay. Hello, Dr. Ashiru. Hello, doctor.
I am with you. I can hear
Okay.
you.
Another gentleman just called in now. He's actually a pastor, and he was also very appreciative of the enormous role that ASUU is playing to develop society, but he ended by begging ASUU to please go back to class. Your response, please.
Well, I think that it's government that they should appeal to. We have a list of demands before government. It is imperative for government to give our union a proposal. Lecturers in Nigerian universities have been receiving the same salaries in the last 13 years. And how much was a liter of fuel in 2009? How much is it today? So the issue is really not about begging. It's about taking actions that can make university education in Nigeria globally competitive. It is about taking actions that will attract the best brains, retain them in Nigeria, and attract them from all over the world. Those are the issues.
Hello, doctor. We have another caller who wants to chip into this, contribute something to this discussion. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name, sir, and where you are calling from?
This is Prince Adedeji from Ado-Dota.
From Ado-Dota, Prince Adedeji. Sir, what's your contribution to this discussion?
In fact, a responsible man who has been following this, a responsible Nigerian who has been following this group, but I've noticed some differences in the claim or counter-claim of the two groups, that is the federal government and the
ASUU, yes.
One, there was a time at the beginning, ASUU insisted, rejected the IPP, this new salary. IPPIS. IPPIS, that's it. I think that is the basis of the problem. Let's face the real fact. The question is, how does this new government system affect teachers as the ASUU salary and the monument?
But that's not the only issue.
I know it's part of it.
Okay, yes.
Part of it.
Yes.
The second issue is there's no work, no pay. If ASUU had resumed duty with this, the various offices, this issue of no pay, no work, no pay will have been resolved. But if ASUU insists of taking 6 months' salary without working for it, I don't know what other ministry or other civil servants will do in future. So the fact is that employer, employee, I don't know why the government is held or citizens are held irresponsible or held hostage.
Okay, thank you very much, Prince. Thank you for your contribution. Dr. Ashiru.
Yes, sir.
I will give you a good stretch of time now to rearticulate the position of ASUU before we wrap it up in about 2 to 3 minutes. Your floor.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, what ASUU wants Nigeria to understand is that the government is trying to privatize public universities. Privatize it in such a way that university education will be taken away from the mass of the Nigerian people. This action is not, original to the Nigerian ruling elite. It's dictated by forces outside Nigeria.
Dr. Ashiru, what is wrong with privatizing universities? Majority of the universities that some of you went to go and get your postgraduate degrees in America are privately owned.
You see, we should stop this comparison with America. What America needs university education for is not the same thing that Nigeria needs university education for. If Nigeria has the same level of political, economic, scientific, technological development with America, so what is the basis of comparison?
But if somebody
in America,
but if I were to say,
in America, you don't need a university degree to be a human being.
In Nigeria too, you don't need a university degree to be a human being.
You do. If not, why is the clamor for university education?
Doctor, are you saying that if people have consistently done something wrong, they should continue to do it?
Nothing that is being done wrong. Universities are funded by government all over the world. It is the quantum that differs. And there's nowhere in the world where government hands off university education. Give me an example, not even in the United States. And Nigerian constitution as we speak stipulates that education shall be free to university level. If government is no longer willing
are you sure that the Nigerian constitution stipulates that education shall be free to university level?
This crisis is government created because of their greed, and Nigerians are so. It's so unfortunate that Nigerians don't exonerate their leaders. They only find excuses, to explain away their intolerance and corruptive tendencies.
Dr. Ashiru.
Nothing really in Nigeria that people benefit from government. The roads are bad. There are no electricity. Infrastructure is nil. Education is zero.
You are largely factually right, Dr. Ashiru. You are largely factually right.
They're going to privatize university. They should privatize ASUU and put private people there and take away these charlatans who are ruining people.
Dr. Ashiru, calm down.
Please, Nigerians need to understand this.
Doctor, calm down. I really sympathize with But having said that, Dr. Ashiru, are we using this ASUU federal government embroglio to fight an unnecessary ideological warfare? Because as you are talking now, you are talking as almost like a classical Marxist who sees nothing good in the private sector helping in national development. Could that be the coup d'etat? Hello? Am I worried? One for instance, later. Hello? Hello, Dr. Ashiru. Okay. We just have to end it at this juncture. The telephone lines as they are today. The gentleman has been very, very, very engaging. He's gotten emotional about it. But having said that, to wrap up, let me also read out. This is Samuel from Ogun State. If the agitation will solve the problem of education once and for all, ASUU should stand their ground. With the contribution of Samuel from Ogun State, I wrap up today's show. And for those who may want to get in touch with us subsequent to the live broadcast, you want to go to the station's Facebook page at LAW FM Radio. The Instagram handle is at Law FM Radio. The Twitter handle is at Law FM_radio. Thank you once again for the privilege of your listenership. Gbola Oba is my name, and my mama in the house, my producer, the goddess of the show that I worship when we are alone in the studio, is Waire Ofigo. Thank you for your listenership. Is Waire Ofigo. Thank you for your listenership.